Hey guys, today, or not today, but yesterday, if I'm thinking correctly, yes, um, the Chicago Bulls beat the Philadelphia 76ers 108 to 104 in a game where they came from behind and won it, and it was one of those games where they start off slow and then they just started coming back. They started playing good defense. Grant, I didn't watch the game. I watched it on the I did the simulation play-by-play thing on their website. But out of this game, I'll just get Io's stuff out of the way. He had one field goal for 4 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Coby White, 9 field goals made, 2 3 pointers made, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and 24 points. Alex Caruso had 5 field goals, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 points. Um, Nikola Vucevic had 10 field goals, 3 points. Let me fix this. This is gonna bug me. Okay, now I feel better. Uh, as I was saying, Nikola Vucevic, 10 points, or not 10 points. Gosh, this is a horrible way to start a video. I'm sorry, guys. 10 field goals, three of them were 3 points made, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 23 points. DeMar DeRozan, 5 field goals made, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 15 points. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna go past the ones that have the lower numbers. Uh, Patrick Williams had 5 field goals, 3 3 pointers made, 6 rebounds, and 13 points. So pretty much what you want to see out of him. Uh, Javon Carter had made 4 field goals, 4 3 pointers, 12 assists, or 12 points. My brain's all over the place today. But yeah, and the thing I want to talk about is Coby White. I mean, the dude really showed up, and he's beginning to show signs more and more of he could be the biggest success that the Chicago Bulls have had in decades. And I mean that when I say decades. What I mean by that is everybody knows the Michael Jordan era. Well, not everybody knows it, but Michael Jordan be one of the greats, and that team being the last to win a championship, which was 98, 25 years ago. So, am I saying this will get us to a championship? No, not at all. But you gotta love the effort that this team is giving, and especially overhearing what Coby White has said, or what he said after the game. His teammates are trusting in him, they're believing him, and the coaching staff is giving him chances. Um, that's kind of what you can see, and when he's given these opportunities, he's put numbers up. I'm not saying he's got to score 30 points a game or 24, 30 points a game, but he's shown this numerous times, and if that doesn't show anything, he's actually top 5 this season behind guys like Steph Curry and all of that. And he's even adjusted his range a little bit when it comes to 3-point shooting. So he is super serious about his craft and how he approaches the game and how he approaches every game that he plays. That's a big plus when it comes to the Chicago Bulls. I know we've had some people say, like, hey, Patrick Williams, this and that, he should be the star and all that. No, he doesn't. 9 times out of 10 nowadays, fourth round picks, or not fourth round, but first round picks end up being role players. It's not uncommon now. It's nothing bad. He's still getting involved. In fact, Patrick Williams has been very aggressive in his games that he's played. I know that a lot of people would think that the score doesn't show it. The scoreboard doesn't always, or his stats doesn't always tell the full point of it. It's about how he's going to impact this team, and moving forward, he could be another young piece to help us get to a place like the finals. Eventually down the line. I'm not having any high hopes for that right now because I'm not yet calling Coby White a superstar. It's going to be really fun. That's all I got to say because, we might as well just assume that Zach LaVine won't be in a Bulls uniform anymore. Well, he won't, but even if he does stay until the off season, which I don't know yet, I mean, it could happen that way. I don't see him getting back on the court. Now, if he wants to help his trade value, or his value in general, he could play. Whether that be in the lineup or the bench. And I'm sorry, I would prefer him coming off the bench because he has all these pieces around him that can help him, but Zach has been known to be a ball hog. Again, I'm not saying anything negative about him. It's just what comes to mind, and he's also said some stuff in the locker room. He does not want a relationship with the Chicago Bulls front office. Now, even if that's all true, then he'll eventually be traded. But if not, he'll be gone after this season. Because we paid max money for him, and he hasn't shown that he can be that. He's had one 50-point game that I can think of this season. Other than that, he's been really inconsistent. He's a terrible dribbler. But you look at guys that, like, young talent that fits this scheme for Billy Donovan. Young talent. Coby White, Aodosumu, Patrick Williams. Even Dalen Terry's showing that, if given the chance, if Zach doesn't come back, hey, I'm ready to step up. He's shown that a little bit, I assume, on defense. Because Dalen Terry, he had 3 rebounds, which ain't bad. His only points he had one field goal made. Um, the thing about it is how he'll come into it. Um, to me, I think this team as a young core, again, you're always afraid to watch and see the outcome, but the truth of the matter is, this team can win games, and they've shown it. In fact, once Zach LaVine got hurt, and I never wish injury upon anybody, don't take that the wrong way. I'm not. The only thing I'm saying is when Zach LaVine was out, or since Zach LaVine's been out. I'm sorry, I'm slightly autistic. Uh, so if I stutter during this, which I have a lot, forgive me. It's something that happens. But anyway, uh, Coby White, Patrick Williams, Ao Dosumu, um, and if Dalen Terry can get going and develop right in this system, this team could be very good going down the road. If in fact they do make the playoffs this season, that will be a big that will be a big positive even in itself. Even if they don't make it to the finals, that is fine. But this team showing that they can make playoffs will be so much better knowing that, hey, we were told we couldn't do this without Zach. How can we do it? Well, simple thing is, you give these guys a chance like Coby White, like Patrick Williams, to play by themselves on their own. I'm sorry if I go a little bit dark here. I'm walking through my house. We will see White again. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why it's so dark in here. People got this place looking like a cave. Me and my family, we live like bats. But yeah, I think if you look at the players in general and you think, man, I love the way they're playing. I love this type of motivation. I love that they're able to do all of this and not lose that grip. Like I said at the start of this video, they were down in the first quarter. I think it was like 22 to something, 22 to 3 or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. I caught the start of, but I was switching in between that and YouTube. But I think what I'm just trying to say is give this team its props, because this is the way they're playing, just like they played in this game versus the Philadelphia 76ers, a team that coming in this game, I believe, was 18-7. And a very good team at that. Which, of course, you got the former MVP candidate, or MVP. I'm just saying. Joel Embiid. And along with, like, I believe the guy's name's Tyrese Maxey and all these other guys, like, a team coming into this game that a lot of people would say, yeah, we're going to come in here and just beat the Bulls. But they came out and said, you're up, hold my water. Let's go out there. And Coby said, listen, we're down right now. We need to get back in this game. And he took the role of the leader. He took the role of the leader in that point. And when he's talking to his guys, that is also motivating them. That means they're seeing the leadership that he's shown at a young age for a player. He's my age. uh, it's so good to see because his work ethic, his determination to want to win games, and the rest of the team just follows with him. You see guys like Vucevic, which is an aging player. You see guys like DeMar DeRozan, which is also an aging player at 33 and 32 years, or 32 and 33 years old. This right here is exactly fit. Now, is DeMar and them going to be here for the long run if they do win a championship? No, probably not. More than likely, all DeRozan wants to do, he would love to win a championship with the Bulls. He'd love to have that legacy on his name to be called a champion for the Bulls. I'm sure he would. But he's also explained he would want to retire here. He wants to retire a Chicago Bull. Alex Caruso being Alex Caruso at times. You know, the reason I say at times right during this game is because he's coming back from a injury sooner I believe it was an toe injury again. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, I really like the way they did their thing. They came in here, they played ball, they played great defense at the end of it. And when it was needed, they got the points to put this game out. And at the closing stages, like they ran the clock down, and Coby White, Vooch, them doing their things as well. Especially Coby. Coby's just absolutely tearing it up right now. If his play hasn't showed or his development, look at his 3-point shooting. He is now, in just a short amount of time, may I add, is now up there. This season alone, without Zach LaVine, he has his name up there with Steph Curry and Damian Lillard, all those guys that are in that 3-point race this season. If he keeps this up in his development this season with the 3-pointers, I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the 3-point contest. That would be very interesting to see. But also, if he continues to develop his game like he is, don't be surprised that he could possibly, and what would make this even more of a diamond in the rough and even a better superstar, and what would would help me think of him as a solidified superstar, would be All-Star. And all of that. Get that under your belt, because if he does because it's still a long season, he still has a chance to make the All-Star game. Anything willing to bet if they don't make playoffs, he's looking for an All-Star spot. That's just the way it is and how it is going. I think that it's more better, and this is something that we haven't been able to see in the longest time. I grew up a Chicago Bulls fan. From when I was a little kid, my mom and dad would always tell me the great Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, and tell me how great Michael Jordan was. I'm a huge fucking Michael Jordan fan. And my room literally tells it I got literally a Chicago Bulls poster on my wall. Like, I think I got like 2 of them, I believe. And then there's 2 more, which is, I forget his name, but wasn't Tracy McGrady, was it? Hang on. I'll look at that later. But yeah, just a overall good game when it comes to the Chicago Bulls. Again, slow and they started slow, which they do need to clean that up. That's been shown in the previous seasons. That they need to get it looked at. I believe that looking forward, this is going to be a rough start because, again, this was the first of the few that is going to be like they had this game. They beat the 76ers. Now they got the Lakers. They can beat the Lakers. It's going to be tough because, you know, you got Anthony Davis, LeBron on there. And again, even LeBron right now, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan like a lot of people are. I don't really like to compare like Jordan and LeBron because I think it's stupid to compare two players. Just because they break a record of theirs that's held that long, well, it makes you look how long it took for somebody to break his actual record. You know, that's all you need to know. Uh, but anyway, I believe that this team is looking on the up and up. I hope so. I believe so, and I hope so. I'm in between. It's like 50-50. I'm still a little bit optimistic about going forward. I'm not going to push it too far. Uh, but being able to see Coby White, Patrick Williams, I would assume just looking at those guys in general and seeing how they're developing in such a short time, I would assume he doesn't need to do too much. Again, he doesn't have to. Uh, he gets disruptive on defense. He knows when to pass it off. Patrick Williams, the same thing. He's really working on his dunks this season, which I've noticed more and more as I watch. I've noticed he's been doing a lot more dunking, which leads me to believe that he is getting more aggressive, which I've said in my previous video, he is being more aggressive. This team as a whole around Coby White has been playing aggressive, and that's what we've been needing. What we've been in, that heart, that spark that this team needs, because this team in general can win in playoffs, but again, as it said before, a coach like Billy Donovan still has yet to show in his career that he can go all the way. And he doesn't have the best track record, as I've seen and heard of. So the biggest question would be to me, or no, not to me, but to you guys, what would you like to see more? What would be the biggest like, okay, even if we don't make playoffs, success? What would be your success for one of these players? Like, would it be seeing the development of Coby White, Patrick Williams, Aldo Summer, or all of them? How they played around him. Again, I love doing these videos so much, and being able to come on here and tell you guys about my favorite team. Especially as Steelers, and I got the Chicago Bulls hat. I got it burned backwards, but it's okay. But, and I've said but so many times. Gosh, stop it. All right. I think another thing that could, like I said, could be worked on, and I said it previously in this video, is not defense, but us starting out the gate, putting up points. We need to be able to continue doing that consistently. But do it and not wear yourselves out. it goes to show because, like, for instance, we had a lead versus, I believe it was the Charlotte Hornets. We were up like 33-7 or something. They were playing fast and playing quick, getting to the basket, and that's good for these younger guys. But being able to um, save your strength and, be able to finish drives, stuff like that we need to work on. Is being able to finish drives consistently in this game. It showed their determination to come back and win. And I love that Coby White, once again, is showing why he the is a leader and can be the vocal point of this team. It's all about how Billy Donovan's scheme works, and not only that, but the leadership and development of Coby White, Patrick Williams, Aldo Sumu, Dalen Terry, my bad. Because we've already seen also the guys that, like Nikola Vucevic, Andre Drummond, and DeMar DeRozan. Not only that, but you look at Alex Caruso, if that wasn't already out there. It goes to show just the absolute fit for this team and how guys like DeMar DeRozan, how guys like Nikola Vucevic, how a guy and players like Andre Drummond can fit into this rotation, because at times he's shown it. And he has shown already before that he can fit in this team, but he just ain't necessarily a starting center. So, and Lordy Lord, don't let Drummond near the free throw line, but there's no way to stop that. I'm sorry, Andre Drummond, I love you, man, but dude, you can't make free throws to save your life. But I didn't come on here to roast anybody. I just want to talk about my favorite team. But yeah. This game we finished with a dub, and I got the Steelers game coming up on the 23rd this week. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just going to be ugly. Just expect me to get on here pretty calm-headed. I'll be calm because I already know the outcome of the game itself. To me, like I said in previous, I want Mike Tomlin fired. That's not me getting in my feelings. That's what I truly feel. He's way past his prime years with this team. They did the same thing with Chuck Noll. And RIP to Chuck Noll, one of the greatest coaches to ever coach Pittsburgh football, or just Pittsburgh Steelers football. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think. But anyway, hope you all enjoy this. See Red Nation. Let's go Bulls. And I am checking on. I am out. Peace.